Texting. Sorry for the delay, America, but we are back to the sack on a slug 'em down, sip 'em slow, Sat Sunday in a gorgeous evening. You know, we have a perfect evening. About 72. Slight offshore breeze, because we're offshore. That is the Redoubtable Thomas J's High Question with Arjun Miliaccio. Segment 2, all things what the fuck, Brian Dayboll, and pick segment. Tom is bending me over right now. It's terrible. We have to go through that.
Quite a progressive show we have here.
I think so. Anyway.
LGBTQ friendly.
That is the Redoubtable one. I'm the highly questionable one. This is IDD. I don't disagree for the second time because I'm assuming, like us, you're stoned too. So, by the way, when we went off air, funny thing happened down in Tuscaloosa.
That was
a bum blasting went away and a Donnybrook broke out as Georgia stormed back from a 33-7 deficit.
Shocking everyone.
They now have the ball. It's 41-34 Bama. They have the ball, they being Georgia, with a chance to tie.
Because after Georgia comes back and stuns them by coming all the way back, taking a 1-point lead.
Talk about tackling 101.
Oh my God, Georgia falls.
I'll tell you what,
there
are two defensive backs on Alabama and two defensive backs on Georgia who both should lose their scholarships for what we just saw. The tackling was atrocious.
I hope they don't lose their scholarship.
If you tackle like that, you shouldn't have one. Just that simple.
These schools have enough money there.
But
come on!
These schools are filthy rich.
They are. These fucking billionaire schools. You're gonna take the kid's scholarship?
The NIL is taking care of them quite well, I might add. It's almost better for a kid to stay in school an extra year than go pro. some of these deals. Oh, yeah. So anyway, Georgia has the ball. They're about at midfield. But anyway, we were talking 72. Brian Dayboll. I don't know if you saw Thursday night's fiasco up in the Meadowlands there. The Giants squandered a golden opportunity and fell to the Cowboys for like the 10th or 11th time. I don't know.
They have a knack for doing that.
They lose 20-15. They get in the red zone 5 times. They kick 5 field goals. Malik Neighbors did his usual Superman. He had one drop, of course. He has to have one. And it's always
one of the biggest moments.
Always the worst time ever. And actually, it's probably Danny Dimes' best throw of the night, and he fucking drops it.
And then, but also what was weird is like he gets concussed on that play.
Yeah, and then when they get the ball back, now he's not even out there.
Now he's not out there, so they can't.
They can't move the ball now. So they lose 20-15. I heard a lot of people. Now he didn't do this, to be fair, but I heard a lot of people bashing Danny Dimes again, and something may be wrong with his arm right now, given all the fucking hits and surgeries and injuries he's had.
Georgia's staying alive.
Because of that stellar offensive line that he had for 5 years. But still, he had a pretty damn good ball game. And he made some throws.
He's had a couple.
And some guys dropped some passes they should have caught, quite honestly. So I'm not blaming Danny Dimes on this one. The play calling, however, I'm just going to push the mic a little bit that way and let the Redoubtable one let you in on what the difference between vanilla Dayboll and chocolate Dayboll. And I'm starting to wonder if there is a chocolate flavor Dayboll.
Yeah, there might not be a chocolate Dayboll.
But Tom was watching this, and he brought something up to our attention, and I kudos to him for seeing it because I missed it. That in the 5 red zone trips, the New York Giants threw exactly 0 passes into the end zone. So from there,
I could be wrong, but I never saw the ball.
So from there, I'm gonna give him it's on the tee. How far does he want to hit? Go.
Well, I mean, I might be bunting tonight.
I don't know.
I might be bunting. I might be playing pepper, just tat. But yeah, they never threw the ball past the goal line. Every time they got in the red zone,
inside 25 yards,
they threw shit in the flat. Everything was trying to go to Wan'Dale Robinson on these different sideline
bubble
routes.
Screens and jet this and floaters.
No, I didn't see any bubble screens.
No,
but like I don't know, just nothing downfield into the end zone. And they had one play where Wan'Dale Robinson got fucking chased down and tackled at like the 3-yard line, and then instead of going for it, you kick it like a 20-yard field goal, which, goddamn, kicking 20-yard field goals sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible. You almost want to go for it.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's like, come on. Oh, that was kind of a weird get down.
So, yeah, and he's right. All of it. I was watching this game.
But also, Daniel Jones missed 3 bad deep balls that have potential to break the game. To, like, give them a fucking touchdown, basically. All they needed was one touchdown, and they couldn't get it.
So if you want to fault Danny Dimes for the arm on those throws, okay, that's fair.
Other than that, he was really good.
Because the thing is, the funny thing about that arm was he also made some throws that if he didn't have that arm, he couldn't have made them. So it's weird. And these were ones where he was rolling. He threw more than one going the wrong way and put it into a tight window. And they got dropped. Yeah, the one to fucking Robinson in the middle of the field where he moved left and threw it. And then the one where he rolled all the way out. And then he put this ball. I don't know. I could think of
who?
the one that Neighbors dropped. He put this ball in a spot.
On the sideline?
Yeah. Neighbors was leaning. Think about where he put this ball. Think about it for a minute. He is running left. Full speed because the guy's about to, and he throws it on a rope where and Neighbors is perfectly on the sideline where he leans out. If he don't catch it, nobody catches it. But he puts it right in the breadbasket and he drops it.
Yep.
He put it right there. You know how hard that's fucking.
The fourth down. Oh, George is going deep. Yep. Oh, he got interfered with. He got interfered with.
They didn't throw the flag. And Kirby Smart is like, that's not pass interference. He didn't turn back and look for the ball. That's the thing. You have to turn back. I thought he didn't turn back. I think that's a pass interference.
He turned back.
No, he didn't.
What?
He just put his arm out there. That's a flag.
I'm talking about the receiver.
I'm talking about the cornerback.
That's why I said it was pass
interference. It's a pass interference because the cornerback didn't turn his head back and look for the ball.
I thought you were saying the receiver
never turned back. The cornerback never turned his head. I know. That's why it's automatic. He touches him for the ball, gets there, and he doesn't look back for the ball. Automatic every time. They didn't call it.
I said he interfered with him the minute it happened.
I know, but I'm saying I was explaining why you're right. He's got to turn his head and look back for the ball. He never did. That's what the refs. I mean, flag.
Get out of bounds.
Yeah, they're gonna call a hold. Watch this.
Oh man, I hope it's offsides.
So anyway, where was Brian Dayboll in all these red zones? Like, where was his head at? Because, and he's 100% right because I'm like,
it was offsides.
Yep. He's 100% right because Dayboll has, and he hasn't said this out loud, but everybody knows it. They haven't had a number one. Well, they got one now where he can literally dictate coverage. And when you're in the red zone, you have to have a number one to dictate coverage. And when you do, you can create easy opportunities for touchdowns. None of that happened Thursday night. And Neighbors was out there for all of those. So I don't know what Dayboll, where he's supposed to be known for being able to dial things up for guys, or at least get the coverage to it's over.
Oh, man, he threw a pick.
Bama picked it off in the end zone.
I don't know who I wanted to win this game.
Hell of a game, though.
I think I would have liked to see Bama lose it.
Well, I'm sick of Georgia winning, so I'm glad they lost.
That's good.
By the way, there is the SEC championship where they might.
Nick Saban's not there anymore.
No, he's gone. You don't hate? Yeah, there's no reason to hate them.
That's true.
Yeah, Nick's gone.
I never really loved him.
No, you didn't. I wouldn't say I loved him, but I respected him because you can't argue with 7 national titles.
Of course.
He did it in 2 places, so I mean.
I guess I didn't like what happened between him and the Dolphins.
No, that was kind of a. Yeah.
But I don't know why.
That was kind of a Patino-like thing, but unlike Patino, Patino, he was actually winning.
I don't want to talk about the Dolphins.
Yeah, he actually had a winning record there, unlike Patino.
He had a winning record in Miami?
Mm-hmm. First year he went 8-8, the next year he went 9-7, never came back. So they were competitive. He wasn't a bad coach, obviously. But, the thing about Dayboll is he's supposed to be this offensive, one of those guys. Who can create things. And when you have a guy like that, it becomes even easier because you can dictate coverage. 2 guys are going to account for that kid no matter where he goes. And you can literally dictate coverage. You can flood the zone. You can do so many things with that when you have a true number one. None of that happened on Thursday night. None of it. I mean, I was telling my buddy at work if my father had been alive still and watched that, he'd have been screaming. He's not even a Giants fan just because he loves the tactician part of the game and he was a quarterback. So watching that, he would have had a field day with it. Going, how do you finally get, I can hear him. You get this guy and you can roll him you can literally put him in motion and change the whole secondary, just how they cover and set things up on the weak side, and none of it happened. And I only know that because he taught me it, but I'm just like, he's right. I mean, it was terrible. And then it comes down, and yes, Danny Dimes missed 3 bombs, and we're wondering if it was the injuries that maybe his arm's not what it was, because he did have a strong arm. And he made some throws last night that showed me he still has a strong arm. I don't know what it was. But
I mean, dude, he's big. He's athletic.
Big dude. Yeah. He's a prototypical 6'4", 200. Yeah, he's a prototypical quarterback.
He's the paper quarterback in terms of like ability, build, all that shit.
Speed. He actually can run.
Yeah.
Run. I mean, he's mobile. So He's got a lot of the things.
It was weird because the one to Slayton, where Slayton was way behind.
Yeah, that one I still couldn't.
He threw it at least 10 yards short.
I don't get it. I thought it slipped off his hand.
But it
wasn't a wobbly duck though, was it?
I don't think so.
I think it was because that tells me it slipped off his hand. If that happens, because that can happen. I've seen that happen.
No, it wasn't a wobbly duck.
Okay,
it wasn't quacking through the night. And then when he tried to hit Neighbors, I mean, my God, not even close.
So
Jesus.
Here's my thing. I don't know.
Oh my God. You know you're old when you sneeze and your fucking back almost gives out.
Yeah. And I'm 9 years old, I know. He's not wrong about this. So here's the thing. They're 1-3. The season's not over. Don't get me wrong. The San Francisco 49ers are 1-2 for Christ's sake. This thing isn't over.
They really could be 3-1.
They could be easily. So if you're the Giants, do you wait till, which I think you should, let's see where you are in week 9, which is the halfway point. Where are you then? If you're out of it then, okay, fine. I get tanking for Shador or the kid from Miami, by the way. That's the one I was talking about.
What's his name?
It's Kane. It's Kane. It's Kane. He's a sophomore or junior quarterback. This kid's got all the fucking tools.
Oh, he's got to be a junior, right?
I think he's a junior.
So anyway, he's coming out after this year?
He could. I think if he is a junior, this kid's got Heisman written all over him. He is.
I saw that on Twitter where somebody was like, "Should we start tanking?"
I'm saying this kid would. I could see the Giants going after this kid. Okay, good. And I saw him last year, and I wanted the Patriots to wait and go after him, but they fucked that all up because they drafted Drake May, who might be a great quarterback. I don't know. We'll see. We don't know. But this kid is the real deal, and the kid, obviously Shador Sanders is the real deal. So the Giants, I think it's too early. But there are two.
Do you think they have a chance to make the playoffs?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
The Commanders are 2-1. The Niners are 1-2. Anything can happen in this fucking conference. It's wide open. It's fucking wide open. Fucking Carolina, for Christ's sake. Look at the Panthers. This thing is wide open. The Giants are far from out of
Carolina? What are you talking about?
Carolina
ain't doing shit.
Oh no, they really? Okay.
Oh, you think they're going to the playoffs?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it's wide open. I think there's more shot. There's more chances.
Well, you heard it here first. Carolina's securing a wild card bid.
He said that, not me. For the record.
Dude, you're saying it's wide open.
I said it's wide open. That's not saying that.
Carolina's not in
That's
it.
not Carolina securing a wild card bid. I said it's wide open. I said the Giants are still alive. I'm just saying if Carolina's competitive, this thing's wide open. That's what I'm saying.
Carolina's not though.
They are. They won last week and they just beat the fucking Raiders, who went in and beat fucking Baltimore. They are competitive.
The Raiders just lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, after they just beat Baltimore.
Now they're going to trade Devontae Adams to the Jets.
No.
It's all.
The Raiders would rather the Jets. The Raiders and the Jets are rivals. They're not doing that.
All right, you heard it here, and everywhere on Twitter and ESPN.
The regrettable one thinks that Devontae Adams will be in New York by Halloween.
I'm just repeating shit I've heard all over the place. Probably wrong.
If the Raiders are that dumb, now they might be that dumb. I don't know. But I'm just saying that.
Devontae Adams is pretty old.
No, he's not.
Isn't he 32?
No.
28?
He's 28.
Really?
Yes, 32.
So he got traded while he was still in his first contract?
He left. He didn't want to re-sign with them. Remember, he had the option to go either way.
Oh, that's right.
And he took the Raiders. And this is what I said about Aaron Rodgers.
So this is only his second contract?
Yeah. He's making a ton of money.
Damn,
the point is, Devontae Adams didn't want to come back and play with Aaron Rodgers. And people gloss over this. Like, he would rather go to this dysfunctional team in Vegas than stay with the surefire Hall of Famer. That tells you all you know about the surefire Hall of Famer. Which is what Anthony Samaltia, my work buddy, does, who's wearing a Rodgers jersey, by the way, at work. I almost threw up my mouth. A green. I like the color green, though. I got to admit. I do. It looks sharp. I do. I'll give you that. But he's wearing a Rodgers jersey at work. I'm like, this motherfucker hasn't won a damn thing. And he hasn't proven. All he's proven is he can have home field advantage.
A Rodgers Jets jersey?
Yeah. Green.
Anthony?
Yeah, Anthony was wearing it.
Oh, he's a Mets fan, too, right?
Yeah, your guy. And I'm like, I almost threw up my mouth. I'm like, oh my God, don't make me pull out my Brady jersey and pull rank. It was fucking awful. I'm like, this fucking guy's a choke artist. I'm like, that's all he is. He's like, I love Aaron. I'm like, why would you love Aaron? All his track record is for blowing it. That's he'd rather look good and lose.
He has won a Super Bowl.
He won one.
I know, but I mean,
that's called lucky.
Lucky?
He's won one. That means anybody. You know, a broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah, you can win the lottery. Michael Jordan, by the way, told that to Ray Allen once upon a time when the Celtics won. And he's like, yeah, anybody can win the lottery. Can you do it again? That's Michael Jordan telling it to Ray Allen. Ray Allen tells that story. And Michael Jordan's right.
Then Ray Allen was like, all right, well, I'll go to Miami and do it again.
Dirty pool. That's why I burned the jersey.
Did he do it twice in Miami?
Oh, one. Tim Duncan would have 6 rings.
He was only.
Think about that. Tim Duncan would have 6 rings. Was for Ray Allen.
Ray was only there for one of the ones in Miami.
Only
you sure?
One. The last one.
When they beat who?
They beat San Antonio. On that corner 3-pointer, when Cesar would have won that game, Miami would have been over.
No, he was also there. He was there for the one. He's the reason they beat the Spurs.
Yeah, that's the one he got. He has 2 rings, one in Boston, one in Miami. That's why Garnett didn't talk to him for 10 years.
What was the other one that they won?
They won
the Heat.
They won 2 while they were there. They went 4 times in a row. They won 2 of the 4. Allen was there for the second one. Remember,
right,
LeBron has one in Cleveland and one in LA. That was Dwayne Wade. Before LeBron. No.
The first one that LeBron won.
They beat... Who did they beat?
Because they lost to Dallas, and then the next year they beat somebody.
Yeah, they went back-to-back. The second time it was San Antonio. The first one... Who was the first one?
The Warriors. No.
Maybe.
No, it wasn't the Warriors. Who the fuck did they beat?
Oh. But anyway, we were talking about Dayboll. Now we're talking about fucking LaFraud. Listen. The bottom line is this: Dayboll is a cream puff, and he needs to fucking take his head out of his ass and start using this number 1 receiver to help the guys around him get open, because that's what the point of being an offensive coordinator is. You've got a chess piece, and the opponent has to account for it, usually with 2 of theirs, which means you can create mismatches like a motherfucker all over the field, particularly in the red zone. So I don't fault Danny Dimes for Thursday. I fault Brian Dayboll. And I'm not saying Dimes doesn't deserve some of the problem, because to Tom's point, if he hits any one of those bombs, it's a touchdown. They probably win. So his arm's got a problem, we think. We'll find out. But I think the play calling is definitely into question. And if I'm the Giants fans, that's where I'm going first. Well, how do you have this guy in the red zone? You are so inefficient. That's a valid question.
Yeah, it's
a valid question. And by the way, when Danny Dimes, there were a lot of drops by Giant receivers also Thursday night, where he put it right where he had to, and they dropped it. Okay, so there's more than enough blame to go around here. He, to me, is not he's not in the top 2. He's not. So, but Tom makes a valid point. What is the deal with the arm? We have to find that out, because if his arm is gone, or he can't, if he's Chad Pennington now, and then you got to start thinking
that's an issue.
Yeah, that's a very serious issue. So that's valid. Anyway, moving to the pick segment, what are you looking at?
I was trying to find who they beat the first year.
They being the Miami Heat?
Yeah. I don't know why I can't remember it.
Well, it was a long time ago. Oh, that was that.
So they beat the Spurs. Who did they beat beside the Spurs?
I'm going to look them up. Let's see. Who did?
Oh, they beat the Thunder.
Well, that's right, with Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. They beat them in 5.
Smacked them around.
And by the way, talk about being stupid. OKC giving up on those 3 too soon. Just should fucking paid them. Found a way to pay them. Fucking that was dumb. Because those 3 were young. They should have been. You know, talk about unsupposed dynasties. That OKC unit should have been a dynasty. Those 3 were super young. They should have kept them together. And this is where I give the Celtics credit for keeping Brown and Tatum together, because it paid off.
Are we doing the picks this segment, or are we stopping and starting?
We're gonna stop again, because we're gonna have to.
Okay, I gotta pee.
You gotta pee, you don't drink.
No, 2. We already hit the number.
Oh, we did hit 2.
Well, I did. You can go 3.
I might have to do a poppy hit.
We just did another one.
I know, it was wonderful.
Did you?
So, yeah.
Mike was here?
No, I didn't. You did. I didn't.
So there has been a little bit of a
segment 3.
You know, off balance in the force. What a disturbance?
I don't think creak is a disturbance.
No, I was talking about the fact that I went and you didn't.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I think there was a little disturbance in the force that round.
This isn't good.
Oh,
We have to.
you can't have one Yoda session on this side and none on that.
We have to talk with the producers. Segment 3 coming right up. That's a no-no. Somebody's getting fired off air.
How do we let that happen?
Well, we're gonna stop it right now. Oh yeah, Vader's gonna show up.
Vader.